This is the video production. Continuing from where we stopped last time. I believe that we are all around. Let's say you are not around. Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever the case, we just introduced the course, video production, and then we define what the video production is, as opposed to television production, whereby we talked about that there is misconception between the use of the word video production to other people with the television production, because some they think video production and television production is exactly the same. But what we said, any recording that you're going to do using a camera and you're capturing moving images, anything, that is a video production. Whether it's for your own use, whether it's going to be used on TV or it's going to be for anything, that's a video production. When you talk about television production, it's that same process, but now the materials are going to be broadcasted on television. That's the major difference, right? So what we are going to do is, like, we don't want to be just talking about video production as amateurs. We're going to be dealing with professional video production. How do you go about it? Right? Professional materials that can be taken and even be broadcasted, right? And we talked about a number of video production. To just back up what we are saying, that the video production could be of many formats or many levels. We talked about there could be corporate video. You could be doing a video for a corporate organization. They want you to have their conference. Then they want you maybe to capture maybe the company in a certain whatever. Maybe they want to send the video to somewhere for maybe to donors or something. You could have television broadcast or television maybe video, let me say, or television production, what we are talking about. A video whereby you know that you are doing it because it's going to be broadcasted on television. So on the television production, we talked about there could be something that is maybe for politics, or it could be something like commercials, or it could be anything. So on the television production, it's much more, we said that it is much more sensitive and it's much more measured, because you have to adhere to specific standards, because that is for broadcasting. So usually we talked about on television production, you have standard, like you have to have high definition videos, not just any ordinary. High definition videos, you have specific even equipment of capturing. Say you could have equipment that could enable you to go out there and capture material and then send them right away there where you are to the broadcast station. Materials like that one is what is called electronic field production, which is EFP. You would have the whole production as if you were in a television studio while you are out there. That's what happened. And we also say we will have something what is called electronic news gathering, which is common to journalists, whereby you gather the news, you use electronic gadgets, because the videos that we use, the video cameras that we use, the materials, the editing materials that we use are all electronic gadgets. So if you're using your gathering information and making a video for broadcast using this electronic equipment, it's what is called ENG, the electronic news gathering. So you have that. So mainly in television production, it's demarcated into those two in terms of the news. The ENG and then the EFP. You see, that's how we talked about. We also talked about the you could have television production. It could be production whereby you take the material, then you edit the material in the post-production time or during post-production, then you broadcast. Or you could have a scenario whereby you could broadcast the material live. That's another issue, because the other video production we know for personal usually you don't have them live. But in television production, you could have live broadcast, right? You have some other new technology like what is called the beta cam. You have other technologies apart from that one, a lot of them whereby they could enable one to have that live edit. I gave an example of football match. Matches that we watch live. Right? Those football matches, if you see, you discover that everything is edited live. Yeah? You are watching it live, but you see they will show you all the angles of the ground, all the angles of a specific player, without taking the material to edit them on the studio, right? So that's the ENG that we're talking about. That's the one whereby you able to. This could be EFP. You see, sorry, because EFP is whereby you are able to be out there, make everything that you like, have the capability of the studio production while you are not in the actual institution, but you are somewhere. Maybe you're just in the vehicle, which they use. Not in Malawi, I've never said it. These first world countries, they have got specific vans for television, studios. When they say it's a van, when you open a van, you discover there's everything in the of a studio setup inside the van. So they shoot something, they will have areas up there. You see the van with some other areas. So they could edit everything and then broadcast it from the van right away to your TV sets. Something like that. So we talked about that. So we talked about event video. Whether we could also have video of a particular event, like you're talking about event, maybe it's not just a game, it could be a school function, it could be a stage. This is the common one in Malawi, like on the wedding. The videos that are recorded during the wedding ceremonies, those are event videos, example of event videos. So you have those, and we say that on the event videos, you will have two main types of the event videos. You will have what are called, you could have, because when you say event, if it's just an event whereby you're just recording, maybe it could be an ordinary, but they could be the events whereby somebody need to be explaining something, right? Whereby you talk about the explainer videos. More or less like there should be somebody explaining if it's an event. We are this area. There's something happening here. Something like that. So you could have what are called whiteboard and what is called a cartoon. So we talked about that, usually whiteboard, you would have somebody, maybe there's an event, they are using an element of something like a blue screen or green screen. Nowadays it's green screen. Somebody's explaining, they will use a green screen to, if he says explain, because you have an event where it's just an event, which is an ordinary wedding event. Usually they just have an event, they will let it go. But when you have these particular event videos whereby it's not just the so sorry, I don't remember, let me not be confused. But let me say event videos, let's separate them. When I talk about the event, you let the event roll. It will depend on what you would like to say, if you want to explain. But when it comes to the explainer videos, it's now specific videos. not just for the events, because there I was like trying to mix up. I don't want to mix up. You have the event videos, weddings, school function, everything around. You can have your camera, you have gone to the zoo, there's something else you come. That's an event, that's your own thing. Then you can have explainer video. You want to explain something. That I gave an example. These explainer videos, there are a lot of them now when you go to the YouTube with this era. You have a lot of them. When you just say to yourself, even how to be a good, maybe how to be a good student. Just browse on the YouTube. You find there's going to be videos there. Somebody is going to come. So it's either there's going to be a person, background will be a body like this. There will be maybe writing, or there will be. That's why I say they can combine elements of different elements, visual elements. So this explainer video, that's why I say you have two types. Sorry, if you, in the beginning I talked about event, I was mixing up. On the event video, it's not that we're having types of two types. These two types I was talking about, the whiteboard and the cartoon, that is the explainer videos. Just want to clarify that one. On the event, it's just because it's an event. The event is the one that is going to be captured. You are seeing. So you might be somebody saying something, there might be nothing is happening. No one is saying say something. You are just capturing what is happening. But when it comes to the explainer videos, there should be somebody explaining something. So on this explainer, you have what is called whiteboard and the cartoon. So whiteboard is because I'm saying you might have a white background behind, and the person will see, and it's just explaining to you. Oh, you know, we have this, and maybe sometimes it would be the actual board, then it will be writing there. Especially sometimes when they talk about, maybe someone is explaining about mathematics, they would be even drawing equations here. You see, when we have this, they explain. You have the word, so it's as if it's the teacher is in front, is explaining. Or we have where I say you see they will use animations. They will combine the person now. They will have cartoons to try to enhance the explanations. So you find such kind of videos that are around. So when it comes to cartoons, it means you need to involve a graphic designer, because you know cartoons. It's not that it's just a camera. It's now it should involve the graphic designers there, or cartoonists to do something. So we have those, and I said that we also have what I call the marketing videos, right? Marketing videos are used to promote an organization or product and create awareness among consumers. So marketing videos are those videos that are short specifically to promote an organization or a particular product, right? So marketing videos, you have some will be maybe television and adverts or advertisement, television advertisements, special for television advertisement. Some will be just made to be thrown on the internet, with the times we are. So nowadays I give an example that we have got this issue whereby we talk about viral videos. You have heard about that. It has gone viral on internet. When you say it has gone viral, it means a lot of people are watching it or are sharing it on the internet. It's called, like, for example, I can give you an example of it. And most of which is very funny. In the past, people they thought that when you say if you want to have a video clip that maybe most of people watch, or even a video production, it means you need to adhere to all the rules of professional video production. But the funny thing is, when you look at most of these viral videos, they break all the rules. They don't even follow. You can even see this is an amateur video. It's not even trying to observe the rules of camera movements, but it will be viral. And you tend to say, how did this video become viral? We have got viral videos, like I'm telling you, there's even a certain video. It was just a short amateur. Somebody, I think, used the camera, the phone. There was this toddler, there were two toddlers. So one of the toddler went to another toddler and hit the toddler. I think the other one was a girl, the other one was a boy. And the girl hit the boy. And the boy was crying, and the same girl who hit the boy was coming to console this crying baby. When you check the internet, it had something like 500 million views. You're talking about million, not 1 million. 500 million views. And you tell me, how did this happen? And you know, kind of videos, we know that this is another, no one that said the internet is it's a game changer. Because when it comes to in the media, our industry, the issue that has been researched over the years and that has been people wanting to know more is to do with media effects. No one has even a course about media effects. So they wanted to be so sure, because I'm saying when the people pay for another video on TV, they want to be so sure that a lot of people are going to watch that. But according to the nature of the TV, we talked about mass communication. It's one of the media vehicles. But now, because mass communication vehicles, the consumers are scattered. It's difficult for you to be so sure that the people you are targeting have watched it. Just using, for example, just watching the TV, you say, oh, we are targeting this thing. You just believe that maybe they have watched it. Or maybe say, okay, a lot of people watched it. Because people, they claim, they say, they outside there, they say, ratings. The companies who rate, oh, there's been rating this number. I know most of the ratings, they use paid subscriptions, whereby if they are paid subscribers of certain these institutions or maybe service providers, so they calculate how many we are viewing. So they'll say, okay, ratings are high. I think a lot of people are viewing this show. Maybe 2 million people, 3 million, something like that, right? But it's somehow a little bit people tend to wonder, because this rating organization could be paid. Could be paid to lies. I don't know. We are not so sure. But when it comes to the internet, because when you just view right away there on the internet, it shows that one person has viewed, another one, it will be calculated on its own, basically people who are viewing it. So when it shows you 2 million views, it means the two people, even the actual people, 2 million have opened that video. So it's more efficient and effective to say that, okay, I think you got to know exactly how many people are viewing it, your product. So to reach, as I'm saying, I'm going to say 500 million. So think about it. You know, these advertisers, what they are looking for is the number of the people. They want to have as many people as possible to view, to see their product. So they are finding ways to say, okay, what can we do? If you are coming to video production, that's why they say they have to create a video in a certain way to be attractive. Because the issue is something that is going to be attractive to encourage people to watch it. You see? So when it comes to there are so many tricks, you know. No wonder I think in Malawi we are amateurs, because it seems like there are few people who are aware about the video production professionally. In Malawi we talk about this guy Sukes, maybe you say Sukes, he's one of the few guys who has knowledge on how to create even a video advert. Because it's a new area in Malawi. Most of the advertisers, what I noted, they have got a mentality of an advert for radio, and then they think they take the same concept. They use it in the radio to present it on television. I've seen a lot of adverts, and I'll say, this is useless. They take an advert whereby somebody spoke, they did everything on radio. They just take the audio and they put the same audio clip on the TV and just add pictures. So that's not the way it's supposed to be. Because the video, if you example would be video production, like for marketing, you example would be just to check South Africa. Though that's where you will notice, because those guys are professional. They are professional in everything. When tell about media, talk about go on even SuperSport. If you have watched adverts on SuperSport, have you ever watched an advert? Any advert that was similar to another, you will never find it. Each advert will be different. And now when the advert starts on it, it's the only place where the game could end, but you could stick around and watch it. Because the adverts, they don't just make them as if you are just, like I'm saying, taking from the radio. They are aware of the nature of what television is. Because that's what you need to, as or a person who is making videos or even an advertiser, the nature of a video. What is it? it's a visual something. What are you trying to do? You want to capture their attention. So it's like a movie. When they make a movie, they make something to say that, okay, let's make something that people are going to be attracted to watch. That's what we're talking about. Now, if you're talking about the movies, if you ask yourself, that's where even you find some other movies that are making it big in terms of sales. Some they do flop. That's where the secret is, because some will concentrate more on, okay, let's get more funding. That's where people get it wrong. Because they think when you have more funding to a film, it's going to be a success, which is not true. Everything, if you ask yourself, if you go on film production, ask yourself, what are you trying to do? You are telling a story. The storyline is everything. People who I've seen, I'll give an example that you have got actors, maybe that you like, you discover they were acting, but along the way, they could act in a certain bad film. Film that you say, how did this person act in film like this? If you notice, you discover that bad film you call a bad film, it's not even usually because of his acting, but it's mainly because of the story. It had a bad story, so even if the actor was known, even if he used a lot of money, it's not good. People will not even like it. That's why I was even critiquing the Malawi film industry. I was critiquing it was the same thing, that there was a more focus, people they were focusing more on because we have got new cameras nowadays, and the funds that we are investing a lot of money in this film, and we also have good cameras, so people are going to like it. That's what they think. But I would say, what they will be missing is the story. They've been having a story whereby poor stories. I was even saying, for me, for a new industry, I don't expect to start a new industry with these sad stories throughout. That's the problem. Check the music, the industry you are copying from Hollywood. Look, old films. You will never find sad movies. All the movies were just comedy, classic actions. They were just entertaining movies. So, as a new industry, they were supposed to start with something. So you discover, I know, movies, people are saying, it has good any, some of the movies I say, it was the Last Fishing Board, or a couple, but for me, like the other one, I started watching, I didn't even reach even in the middle, because it was not interesting. So even if it's from Malawi, even if they spend a lot of money, but why should I watch it? Should I watch it because it's from Malawi? When I'm watching Hollywood movies, do you watch it because it's from Hollywood? You watch it because you know the storyline is good, the actor, because everything is a story. So when you have a good story and a good director, because the key is good story, good director. These two. The rest is nothing. People they think that no, you need to have good camera. No. You can even have poor cameras. But if the director knows what to do, you will produce something. People they will not even believe. I've seen movies created with amateur videos. But one, you have a story which, like one of the movies I saw, I'll give an example, there's this movie called The Mummy. There are different versions of The Mummies. Now there's a certain version of The Mummy whereby the way it was shot like somebody, he has been, there was a person who hired a cameraman and another person or 2 or 3 people to go to Egypt to a certain pyramid because they want him to find something. So what was happening, the movie, the point of view of the film was from the cameraman point of view. Like shooting, what the cameraman was capturing. The cameraman was moving around, maybe he has fallen somewhere, fall as if it is us who is shooting. But if you would be able to follow the story, because the story was good. And you discover you went there, they did something else, and then they found it, they went to the pyramid, and one of the mummies resurrected, started chasing them inside, but they didn't know what it was. So what was happening in this cameraman, they gave him a camera, the owner who sent him, he was seeing everything, what the cameraman was seeing. So even when he was running away, then he fell down, there was blank. He didn't know what was happening. Then when he woke up, he was seeing that the camera now is started showing something. Then so it was like that. More as if it's so in that one, you don't even need to say you need to have a very good camera. No. the story was made in a certain way that even if it's a poor camera, not that good camera, you could still write it. So that's what I'm just giving an example to when it comes to this marketing videos. That when you see South Africa, I'll give you an example because the way they come up with their marketing commercials, like even film advertisement videos, they have got different agencies. They come up with it as if it's a film. They will have a story like script writer, will write it as if it's writing the story. They will have a director, and they will do it as if, so no wonder, because of that, because they know the tricks. Tricks is, when it's an advert, when it is a study, the one who's watching should not know that it's an advert. Because when people just know that this is an advert, most of them will switch. You know, even you've done it before. Listen to the radio, when adverts come, you switch it, you go to another radio channel. So the thing on the TV, that's why they say, you have even seen a lot of whereby they will even use this, they say endorsements. They will use Cristiano Ronaldo, they will use Messi. So you think of endorsement, it's one of the things. Because when you use endorsement, even if it's people will realize this is an advert. But because it's a person, well-known person, people will still watch it. Two, if it's not somebody who is known, but if you start it as if you are telling the story, as if it's a film, so you bring those elements of surprise, people will not know what they are looking for. They will not know it's an advert until the end. What are you watching? Maybe it's a film, somebody's going somewhere, fighting people, and there's a film, they'll think it's a film. At the end, you just discover, oh, there's now a robot, they were advertising Coke. That's why the thing, when you see Coke adverts, even Sprite, they invest in creative advertisements. So what they do, people who doesn't know much about adverts, they think a trick is you need to have a longer advert, which is not true. It's like Sprite is the best. Sprite, they would have an advert in like 15 seconds advert. 15 seconds. In 15 seconds, they will say a lot of things in 15 seconds. When you have a Sprite radio advert, it's an explosive. It will have songs, maybe in 15 seconds, you have maybe 3 songs. Somebody saying effects, everything. But it's a type where when people listen to it, you will not get bored because it sounds fresh, creative on the light. When it's a film, as I'm saying, don't just expose it. You need to be creative. It's the same thing. So, bottom line is that one you face in marketing videos. Just saying that you should, but now you have to be engaging in this creative minds. I gave an example like South Africa. I gave an example because people they tend to wonder that most of the adverts, if you work with South Africa, they're expensive. Why? Because they will not treat it as just creating an advert. They will give you a concept that they will write a new thing, everything. So and when you say, oh, this is a profession. So in the end, they say what his Sook is doing. Because that's a guy. The only guy I'm seeing, I think he knows what he's doing. He's trying to do that. When I say I've seen a number of adverts he did, and the good guy is a very, determined guy because he's still buying new cameras. He's one of the guys, I think, first one to have drone shooting. He bought some drones, and now they are the latest cameras that are on the market, 4K cameras. He bought the 4K cameras, which is, by those 4K cameras are the ones that Hollywood use. It's like it's a big camera, it's like maybe something like this. So you have, because if you remember, you have like HD, that was the first high definition. Now now you have this version of Blu-ray. From Blu-ray now we have 4K. So 4K, they are the very latest one. So you have those. So that's a guy that I know that. And when you ask him, if you say the way he charges, it's not simple. The good thing is he now works with corporate. That's why you see this corporate video, as I was talking about. Corporate video, they will treat you as a business. I want to do business, top business guys. They will not say, let's say make a video, make 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds video. And they will not say, okay, 10,000. They don't say that. They will tell, okay, 300,000. Even 500,000, 30 seconds video. But you know that if it's 500,000, you cannot just come up with something poor. You be creative. When you see the product, you say, yeah. So that's what the daily stuff is doing something. So let me just conclude that one is part of video production. I'm saying you do that for TV and you find those advertisement videos, then you find maybe the other I talked about on the viral videos. So when I say viral videos, I'm saying rules are broken. It do not depend on maybe how good you have shot the video. It just depends. Usually viral videos, they depend on the content. That's maybe the difference. The other marketing videos, most of them will just depend on the quality of the video. That is a very good quality video and the concept again together. But viral videos, you see poor videos, quality poor videos, sound poor. But what was being shown in the video is what you are going to do. So now marketers, because they discover that these so-called viral videos now, they're getting a lot of viewership than even normal ordinary adverts. So they are finding now tricks to make marketing videos, to make them appear in a format of a viral video. So they know that if they can have their marketing video go viral, it means it's a good thing. It's a big marketing achievement. So it's another where like they're working on that. Most of them, I think even in couple of some of the viral videos, some of them are just marketing. It's not that they were created by just amateur. No. You discover maybe they were a product. There was a specific product in it. It means that they planned it. Okay, let's make something that can go viral. Something like that. So we are in the new era, thanks to the internet. You see? So I talked about marketing video like that. Then we talked about real estate video production. Real estate video production is still along the side of the marketing, but these ones are those videos whereby they are advertising houses that have been sold. You've been seeing that around. They will be going to a location in the house, they'll show the house from the side, they'll go inside the house, they'll show the bedrooms, they'll show, maybe they will even be somebody there saying, we have this. So you have got the people who specialize in this real estate video production. They'll be shooting real estate properties, houses that are being sold and other housing product. When you talk about video production, consists of shooting footage of property and editing them. We do short videos. Right? So the final video include footage. They will have graphics, titles there. They will even have animations and a voiceover. Somebody is saying something. So you have a lot of them. You just check on the internet to find them. Right? So we talked about that. And then we talked about video production for distance education. So I'll say video production for distance education is what is happening. This is an example, that's what I say. The video that is being recorded here, people who are doing distance education online, they are going to watch this. But I'm saying this is a laptop, but as I told you, there are going to be cameras. So there could be a cameraman shooting me for the purpose of people who are learning production for this. So in the distance education, people have the way, a number of ways. It would be live. It would be whereby I'm speaking right now, people will be seeing me live somewhere, if somebody's shooting. So you will have like this one whereby I'm just speaking with somebody recording me, they will edit it, something like that. So you're going to have a number of ways. Some they could even, they could even have production whereby they are not students. Just go into a room, shoot me, I will speak, I will do everything. They will take that one and they will put it, give it to those people who are having education from a distance location. And they say the primary purpose of using video in distance education is to improve understanding and comprehension in a synchronous or asynchronous manner. So you are making sure that what we are teaching you here, those people that are also learning online, they are getting the same thing. So that's the idea, right? So again, as I said, you have been hearing about Google coming, like people would say we are using Zoom, be using the computer like the webcam. They will be Zoom and I'm going to be seeing them. So that's another technique and the other platforms. So I talked about the internet video, the videos that are meant to say, okay, these are going to be placed on the internet. Okay, we'll say this. Right? I talked about what did I talk about? Internet video. Then last year I talked about training video. So I said training video. I said you have a video whereby instead of all the time, it's okay. Let's have a seminar to train their new employees. So then you have a seminar to train them. So an alternative would be you could just say, okay, instead of when the new employees come, or even students, for example, you say, okay, the new students should have orientation all the time. So you could just record a video, one video. So okay, let's just record a video of orientation. Then somebody's going to come, you show them when you do all the things. When the new guys come, you just take the video and show them. Come here and watch the video, right? They'll just watch it. So you save in terms of save money. Instead of creating sessions of this function, you will just you have these training videos in different forms. You have with other company, maybe there's a new machine, they want people to know the way it's been operated. So you have somebody just demonstrating the video how it's done. So you have even people just like actual, maybe specifically maybe lessons to them, or maybe teaching. So there's going to be a number of them, but it's still part of the video production, and that is happening out there. So that's what we talked about last time. Just exhausted most everything. Right? What I wanted to talk about today would be like, I know I've talked about, this is the contribution. I don't want to say what I'm going to talk about today. I've already talked about some things. So let's just continue. This thing, part I wanted to talk about today, I think it's more or less like we are repeating because it's been talked about in some other courses maybe you have done before. But we need to do it because it's the same, it's important for this course again. In video production, so we're talking about the process of video production. So process of video production, it's more or less like the same, because if you want to have a good video, you seem more or less have the same process. And if you remember, on the process of video production, we ever talked about that stages, and a number of stages that you need to go through. But mainly, you remember that we have three main stages. There is the pre-production stage, which is the first stage. Then from pre-production stage, you have the production stage. Then lastly, you have the post-production stage. Right? So in terms of the process of video production, pre-production stage is the beginning. The first stage is this one, right? So the pre-production stage, this is the what could also be called the scripting and the storyboard. I don't know if you have talked about it before, but scripting, like you're writing a script, isn't it? Scripting and storyboard, or even people say storyboarding, but storyboard. The production phase of a project is where all the planning takes place before the camera starts to roll. This stage, cameras are not going to be starting rolling. You just have to, first of all, you will start planning, right? So whether you're going to plan in minutes, because sometimes they think that when you say pre-production, it means you need to take so many days plan. No. You're going to plan it in minutes. You could say, I want to have a production, but you cannot just start any production. You don't just start shooting. You need to plan first, okay, how are we going to go about it? So the planning stage you are going to be doing at the beginning. That's the pre-production we're talking about. So in the pre-production stage, as you say, it might be a few minutes, or it might be some hours, or it might be some days, depending on how big the production is, right? So this planning phase sets the overall vision of the project. You have, because the people you're going to be working with, either the cameraman or maybe the actors, whatever. They need to know the vision. You want to say you have the director. You might have the script, as I'm saying, this is the stage where the script is going to be written. The script writer will write the script, will give it to the director. Because the director is the one who translates the script into action, right? So the director is the one who is going to outline the vision that, okay, what are we trying to create here? We want to have this. So that's why there's that element of storyboarding. If you remember, we talk about storyboard, it's where the illustration that are done to show the stages of how it's going to go about the scenes. You could have a cartoonist drawing cartoons from the beginning that, okay, it's going to be, first scene is going to be like this, second scene is going to be like this one is going to enter here. Or you could have a graphic artist draw like graphic material using a computer. But all the idea is that it's trying to show the vision. Because sometimes you could have the script. Scripted you could write, there are ways for people to even go around to actually visualize that. What is this? How is this supposed to be like this? You need to see something. So the storyboard will help to show exactly. Oh, it's going to be a room. Okay, there's going to be a chair here. Somebody is going to enter this door. And here, so they'll visualize, oh, this is going to be the way. And they will see how to go about it. So that's what is going to be involved in this stage. What else? I talked about the visual is very clear, one. And the pre-production also includes working out the shoot location and the casting. You work out the location. Where are we going to shoot it, this production? Are we going to shoot it here? Are we going to be in a room with a green screen? Are we going to go somewhere? And also casting. Because on the casting, if you see, when we talked about what is called the production crew, whereby it starts with the producer at the top, then second the director, then you come with the rest down there. Usually the producer is like now the overall boss of the whole production. So usually producer will come up with the cast list. Oh, I wanted this person to act, to be in the whatever. But the director is the one who is now who can make the final decision, because he is going to see the script. Even if the producer will be saying that this person should be there, if he sees it, no, I think with the script, these people are not going to fit. He could decide to bring other people. That's the role of the director. He could decide, say, no. So you see, because what he knows that, as I tell you, maybe I've seen some other films whereby a good storyline, but bad actors. And when you can have a film that is good story and with bad actors, the production is going to be bad in the whole production. Nobody is not going to appreciate that. You say this is a bad movie. So you can have it vice versa, but when they say that if you have a good story with good actors can help, because even the story that you can be dull, if you can bring a very good, the actors that could in Hollywood, we have got actors like, we have got the Keanu Reeves, we have got Sylvester Stallone, we have got Jackie Chan, we have got other, even Harrison Ford. Actors who can give them a script, they will improvise, they will add their own thing on the script without it, some things that are not scripted, but will make the production be very good. Like for example, Jackie Chan, it doesn't, most of the things say that when you go to Hollywood, they use a lot of this stunt. Most of the films that we see, most of the difficult action sequences we see in films are not done by the actors we see. They are done by stuntmen. But because of the way they do it, we think that they are the one. I think I've seen it in acting, for example, Tom Cruise, somebody who have never done, who have never trained in martial arts, can do a martial arts film. And say, how? So films like those, you see, sequences whereby the different sequences, they will bring stuntmen who are professional martial artists. They will dress like the main actor. They will do those sequences. Then a few simple things, the main actor will do them. When they are doing editing, they will combine it. So you can't see, you think like this is everything was done by him. Yeah. But actor like Jackie Chan is one of the few that everything you see in the film that is done by Jackie Chan is done by him. He does all the stunts himself. Keanu Reeves is another guy. Keanu Reeves again, he said he does 90-something% of the things you see in the film himself. So such as every Sylvester stuff, they're also the same thing. So they will help you that you will do some other things that maybe no one the others can do. So that's what I'm saying. Director is the one that was going to make sure that okay, let's have good actors there, direct, we'll make sure that it never happens. So it's this stage pre-production whereby casting is done, scripting is done again. What else is done here? And then you end up in production mode the moment that you start writing down a few points to cover in the video, even if it is a short piece made for a blog. So this is exactly what I was talking about. That here people they take it for granted that because it's an adult, you don't have to have a script. This is what people think, especially on TV. That's where the difference between our films and South African film. Because the film, South African film, even if it's a very short, they have a script. They will write specific what they want to have. Not just saying that the script of somebody speaking and the way we are used to do. Here we are too much used to radio adverts. When we have on the radio adverts, there is nothing, there's no story, usually. They bring you the products they want you they want to sell. So they want you to mention all those products. I've said this is ridiculous because I've seen it before. Like myself, from experience, I worked before as a producer at FM 101. Now the marketing team were coming with some other clients for me to be making adverts for them. Some of them I had to be advising them on how to go about it because they were just copying whatever they hear. They will tell you, no. They have got a shop, so they sell products. So they come here, they want to mention almost all the products in the shop. We sell blankets, we sell. You mean it, even yourself, you want to be sit somewhere to be here, for example, at ShopRite. If you are a member here, you use ShopRite. Do you hear them telling you everything they sell at ShopRite? We sell biscuits, all biscuits. We have got universal biscuits, we have got this biscuit, then we sell squash. You switch in the radio, you go to another radio. So you need to say, okay, it's not a matter of telling you what they say. When you say scripting, you write it in a way that somebody will, as if you are telling a story. How can you tell this story? Okay, can you create a story that you can combine it with what you are saying? A story that can capture the attention of the people. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Because there was a certain type of advertising in Malawi which was common, whereby there was it was very common to this. It was repeated over and over. You have two women together discussing something. Hey, this one is, and again, it will have the same conversation. So after that, they're going to come. No. Somebody's going to come and they advise them. If you and they will do some other thing, I will say that to know that I think we had a problem. That this, of course, we learn, we take it for granted, but no one has said knowledge is power. If you know things, you do things different. Because I'll say, when we as media men, we know the nature, it's important to know the nature of different media platforms. People doesn't know the nature, there are a lot of them. They will do it, spend the money on advertising on radio, and their product is not selling. They will spend the money on print, it's not selling. But other people are using the same platforms, they are making a lot of money. How is it possible? The same platform, the same audience. Some, they are aware of the nature of the platform. When you are aware of the nature, it means you know what to include and what not to include. I'm saying this because there's this misconception, you have been hearing it on the radio a lot, on adverts in Malawi, whereby they will tell you, if you want to find this, call this number, 677. Do you know the nature of radio? Have you ever listened to the radio? Have you ever one time go to your sitting room and sit down and take a pen and paper and say, I'm listening to the radio? Have you ever done that? Most of the time when you listen to the radio, you are doing something. You are in the vehicle or you are watching. So when you are telling somebody a phone number, how is that person going to record that phone number? You are expecting that person is going to have a pen where you are cleaning your plates. Eh? So at the cleaning place, you are going to have a pen somewhere and paper to write. Is it possible? That's why I say that these people, whoever created that message, they don't know the nature of radio. Because that is something that was supposed to be avoided on the radio. Well, you're not supposed to be saying something that people need to record it by writing. Why it is radio? That is for TV. Because TV, if you know the nature of TV, people, they don't switch TV and they be doing some other things. They don't do that. When they're switching TV, it means they want to watch TV. Then they will sit down. So when you on TV, you don't even have to shout. You just superimpose the number there. They will sit. Now, because they are sitting down, it's easy. We usually, if you sit, they will have somewhere else, maybe there's a book or whatever, they will have somewhere to write. So the nature of TV allows more to show a number, and that they need to show, because that's another thing I see when they on TV, whereby they will show the number and they will tell you, you know, call this. You just tell them, call the number on the screen. People are seeing. That's what you need to do. So do not be mentioning the number. Well, the number is already there. That is redundancy. You are repeating. You have used your time to say something different than repeating. So those are few things that most of maybe advisors, they don't know. They really so about to do with the knowledge. I'm saying, whereby you call other people, whether you notice some other people whereby they have never done terrorism, they have never gone into it. So now they think like because they have been in there around, they can do things, they can know things without learning with it. So small things like this, when you can discover that no, these are things that you don't just guess. Because once you know radio, and the marketers, good marketers are those who are aware of when you're talking about it, it's called market placement. Because look at these the companies that sell very expensive products. Do you see them advertising anyhow? For example, even this selling Tesla, whatever. Do you just see them maybe advertising anywhere, even in radio anyhow? When you see an advert for Tesla, it will be at a place where somebody who can purchase a Tesla is going to be available. Just look around. If you say, okay, it's a Tesla, go to an expensive hotel. You go there and you find a flyer there. Because they know somebody who can buy a Tesla, it could be found at the expensive hotel. And then they will know, because it's another, they will know that according to their product, you don't need to put it on the TV, because most of these maybe are too basic. You need to put it on the flyer. And on that flyer, you don't need to just throw it anywhere like what we do. They will just find the kids. Okay, can you go and share this? They don't even know that, because you need to know what is your target audience, who are you targeting. Now, you are giving somebody, maybe your target audience, let me say, area for the same. Now, you are giving the kids, as long as you have made the role of them, just go and distribute them. A person will go and distribute them at 825. And they come in, I will distribute them. Oh yeah, okay. But the people who are going to be getting them, people that they cannot even afford to buy what you are selling, they will see them, just stare at them, or they will see them, they will use them to wrap maybe fish, whatever. You will just spend your money. But these professional guys, no wonder I'm saying that here maybe it's new, but when you go to other companies or these rich people, because you know the world is in balance. You know this world, we have got people who are very rich and people who are very poor. You tend to wonder what these very rich people do. One is so about knowledge. These very rich people do is what I'm saying. They avoid spending and like wasting. You don't just have money, you want to grow. Then the money that can help you to grow, you are investing in something that is your own, it's not just to go down the track. They will know that with this money, I want to make sure that I want to tell some other people to buy my product. They will do research. The procedure is the same. People, they don't know that. research is important in everything. They will do research. Okay, the people that I want to contact, where can they be found? They could be found here. Okay, how could I reach them? I could reach them if I could use the radio. It's not going to be possible. Why? Maybe it's possible. If I can use TV, and they will discover, they will discover, no. If these people, if I can use this, they are going to, I'm going to contact them because of this. And then they will use, after research, specific, and they discover them, after spending that money, the material, the message will reach the intended people. And the intended people, they will even study how they are going to respond, how are we going to get the feedback. Oh, we can do this. And they will see. So if they will do all those things, discover there is money, it's not wasted. They have taken the money to the right people and they have researched already that these people are potential buyers. Not doubting, no, because of ABCD, they will buy. And they will do that, they will buy. And when you go to banks, those are secrets of these businessmen in this world. Contrary to what a lot of so-called motivational speakers say. Because what most motivational speakers say, no, most of them is not true. Most of the so-called motivational speakers in Malawi, like, they talk about, you start like selling sweet, a sweet, and then you keep 100 watch. They say that. 100 watch. So they think you can do that to reach a level whereby you say you own big houses. When is that? And they don't talk about the secret. For me, I say, no. There is one big secret which these people, they don't tell the people. No one can the people. Research, I've said. Research is very important in everything. When you do research, the other thing is laws. Those people, they get bad laws. Businesses, there's this notion whereby people, they say, like, as a business, they start small, then they no, let me tell you, in Malawi, you will start a business bigger. It's possible. But what they do, when you go to bank, because we say bank loans, like, it's not bank loan like going to bank, I want you to get a loan of 1 million. No. People, they get 300 million at the bank, at the beginning. But what the bank does for them to give you that amount, they will look at your proposal, application, and they will see how viable your application is. So if you do research, what you're going to do, don't say that I'm trying to start a business, then when I sell the business, when I get the profit, I'll pay back. But you do as an experiment. So what if the business fails? Are you going to give us the money? You say, no. So this is a risk. They will say you are a risk. But you see, there are people who are saying, they will go to the potential client, and then they will have with the actual client saying and agree, maybe even signing somewhere. If we can have 20 cars on this December, we are going to pay you this amount. And if you do and then you discover they will do that, they will go to bank and they will tell you the actual evidence that we have got. These people, this is the evidence, the sign here, the everything, and they know that when you give these people money, they are going to pay back. They will give you, and you see, you don't even start with that much. I think that let's buy a small. No. You say, okay. They say they want 20 cars. How much? Okay. They want 300 million, 100 million. Okay. You go and buy brand new cars. You bring the brand, and you don't even compromise. Call it and you give them. They'll give you the money. You have the percentage. You take the money. You pay, and you are done. You have started the company. Within 2 years, 4 years, you have already grown. And you say, how did this person grow? But the motivation thing will tell you as if you start small, then and they don't tell you things like I'm saying eventualities. Because there's a lot, you don't have the money to travel, what are you going to do? You have got money, you take that for transport. But it's already small. But what the other side, because I was saying, I thought I had an example here where we have a certain car hire planter called the country-wide car hire. So we were about to have the African Union Summit in Malawi. So he already has a lot of cars, good cars. So what he was saying, he was complaining, you heard people that were complaining about bank rates. So it's like, why are these people, big companies, complaining about bank rates? Because you assume that if they are a big company, they already have the money. But what is this to do with bank rates? Because what they do, they are big already, but they also still borrow from the banks. Because they don't want to compromise. What they do, we want to have something else. For example, I'm a guy, I don't want to take, the AAU people are coming, I don't want to take old cars. They want to buy brand new cars for them. But because there's a guarantee that those people are coming, it's not a risk. There's an assurance that people are coming this, when you give us this, so it's that's the way they do it. So I think maybe that approach, I was saying, we need to know, especially, we're believing in example here already. You heard one of the motivational speaker, you heard, who was in forefront, at the forefront telling people, you should be keeping money like 100 a day. At the end of the year, you're going to be a millionaire. He was telling people that don't get employed, you'll send it. Right now, as we speak, he's an employee, he's a public servant. He was employed by the government. A person who was preaching, telling people not to get employed by anybody. So people even say, it's like you betrayed us, he said. So the approach is the same. I'm saying, well, he was telling me about there's a good element of standing at a very small, and this happens. That's another thing. No wonder if you see, you've even noticed, you have other people you know them, maybe even from young, whereby they have been saying small things when you were young. Right now, meeting them, they are still saying small things, they are still at the same level. Why are they not growing? For me, I've seen some other guys are selling like these vegetables that are area. So many years after so many are meeting them, he's still selling vegetables. So all the buys, the way he looks, it doesn't even improve. But I didn't mean that was practical, that when you sell small and you are consistent, you have good selling, but that's not the message. But because the issue is not about a matter of selling small. No. How are you going to improve your thing? That's the thing. How are you? So it's about that, and it's not all about selling small, it's unbelievable. Right, so, okay, let's move on. I know I've spent a lot of significant time there. Okay, on the pre-production stage, we have the preparation stage, whereby, as I've said already, before the shooting. And then the first step in the video production process, as I've said, is planning. And then you do research, and then you have this problem solving and organizational work you do before the shooting starts. So research, as I say, research is important. All these film flops that we have, and they have the production, good production, but the film is a flop. They did do research. They just assume, it's going to be, people are going to like it. So you need to make sure that, okay, before the production started, in this pre-production stage is where you back yourself with stage. So in terms of the phases, include, like, we're going to start from the beginning, from the pre-production stage. You start with the video concept. That's the beginning, the very beginning. Okay, you want to have a video production. You have an idea. Concept is an idea. Videos concept. What are we? I would like to have something that is going to be telling this story. A concept. From the concept, you have a script writing. Somebody should write the script of the concept. Okay, can you write a script about this? From the script, storyboard. Storyboard, there should be somebody now illustrating the script, how the story is going to be going. From the storyboard, funding. How are you going to fund the project? Where is the money going to come from for you to be, going on with your problem? So about the money. From the money, you got the money, okay, it's going to come in now. Budgeting. Money is this one. Okay, how are we going to spend this money? The budget. From the budget, then you go to insurance. Some people, they don't think how much, but it's important. Because insurance, you have to insure some of the things you have. There could be accidents. You could have very expensive, because that's what happens even outside there. Like when you're having a production, even in home, not to say whole, but any also, you could need a very expensive material equipment. So somehow you might not have it. You would decide to say, let's borrow. There are some other companies that raise equipment. So they could lend you very expensive. So now, when you have insurance, you need to insure equipment. In case there is an accident, maybe fine, but you are still materials are bought very expensive materials. What are you going to do? So you engage yourself in the process of insurance. From there, then you go to personnel. okay, how are we going to, who is going to be here? Who is going to take this role? Or who is going to be the floor manager? Who is going to be, so those are personnel that are going to be involved in the production. You put them around. Then talent, specific talent that you want, that okay, more or less like casting. The time you are going to be placing active people in different roles. Okay, this one this one is going to be the main character. You know what I mean? This one is going to be this one. So that's the next stage. From there, you go to clearance, whereby you shoot. I'm saying people, I've seen here, to just show people they don't know knowledge. You cannot just go around at the place anywhere and start shooting. You don't do that. They will tell you that this is the product. You don't have permission. Even out there, people have been having fined because of going at a place to shoot without permission. Because they will tell you, where is the permission? Can you show us the permission for you to be shooting at this place? Most of the places are public places. Some places are owned by people. So they cannot just say somebody will just come and they take it for granted, or like in a drone. You see somebody flying a drone. That's a dangerous issue because it's a security risk, and also you need to get permission. But people could nowadays, they can use the drones as weapons, and two, they could even use it for spying. So if you can have, and you know what happens there. When they say by air, you can have this is our India. What we mean is they will even talk about even the space up there, not just that. The one I hear even in the airplanes. If airplanes just enter a space of another country, it's a crime. Not the ground. You are going to South Africa, then you are passing Malawi without communication. You could be in trouble. They will tell you, no, did you get permission to use our airspace? So you have an issue to do that. So when you're doing video production, it's the same thing. And nowadays, with the use of the drones, whereby you're going to be, scanning somewhere, you need to make sure that before starting shoot, this could be viewed as a small issue, but it could be a big issue. Why? You would move and go somewhere to have a production, transfer all the equipment with all the material, spending money, and then while we were starting shooting, somebody came and said, no, you don't have permission to shoot here. So imagine how much can you waste to just go somewhere, prepare. People are motivated and they are told that they can't shoot because they don't have permission. Then you need to take the equipment back. People tell it's something. So what do? You get clearance space because you know where you're going to shoot. So what you do, you go all those places you want to shoot, you get clearance in those places. That okay, we are going to have a video production in this area on this day. So you should have not just words, documentations. Because when those people come, they will ask you for documents. Can you show us that you have got clearance for this? So you show them. Okay, we have players here. We say we're going to come here. And you need to say specifically, this day from what time to what time. Because sometimes you go to areas whereby it's a residential area. So if you are going to be having production, if you have clearance, residents of that area, they are going to be notified. On this day, there's going to be this. From this area to other area. So people are aware. But the residents don't just see people coming around. They don't know anything about it. And so you as the video, people who are doing video production need to be so sure that you clear that. Then after that is where you have now the production. At least you've done the needed things to do. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's what you do. That then you start your production from that area, and then let me just say that and when you say production, like steel, because this is you are in the steel before actual production. when you are in this pre-production, I mean, you also have to look at the facilities, the items you are going to be using. But still, you majority of the things you have already done about them. But that also you need to check that okay, these are the actual facilities we are going to be using, right? So all that need to be planned for and brought together to produce that particular video. And here talk about without a good plan and organization, the production of the video can become a grind or can be in trouble. Make sure that you have a very good idea of what it takes as far as the structure of the video and the time needed for production and equipment and personnel before you start making your video. So still with the pre-production, you need to be so sure about, well, those are important. You need to be so sure about the structure. Okay, what is the structure you want? You want it to be like what? And you need to also know time. They want you. What time are you trying to plan to say you want to shoot your thing? Then also the type of equipment you want to use, and as well as the personnel. Those should be known before the start of the shooting. Because how do you know this is a good time to start the actual shooting? All this should be addressed. Not you are shooting, then you are not so sure that which camera should we use. It means you need to plan another before. Or maybe which person should be here? No. Or so you need to all the things that are supposed to be when you start actual shooting should be that all the elements that could hinder you in the process in terms of shooting should be already looked into. And even say before something that maybe here they not indicate here, but there is what is called the signing of contracts. Because these personnel who are going to work with, usually most of them they work under contracts. Basically, like for this production, we're going to be charging you. Because each scene maybe you're going to be getting this amount. Or after this production, you're going to get this amount. Then you sign it. Because if you don't do that, you might do the thing and then at the end, maybe you agree and the person is not satisfied. Well, you're very short. And he will say, no, take out my footage after you are done. I don't want it, don't use my footage. So what are you going to do? You have already done the production, which is a problem. So what you do, in the production stage, you make sure that the contracts between the personnel or talent and you, the one who is doing production, you should make that you have sorted that out. You have agreed the contracts, everybody has signed, and as I'm saying, the insurance is now looked into. You know the facilities you are going to be using, the type of equipment, you know the location, you have gotten the clearance, as I say, which is important. You know the location, you got the clearance of the location. Then after all those is when you can say, okay, this is now go on to the other phase. Let's say having a good vision of what it will take will save you a lot of time and the money and the aggravation. And even if it's a small time production, you need to have still that planning. You need to be there, as I already said. And then from that phase, then you go to the production phase, which is the second phase from the production. And the production phase is the actual production, actual making of the material that is needed for the video, right? It's the actual process whereby the cameras are going to start rolling to say, okay, we start with scene one. Then can you follow what is going to do? Actors come, camera, lights, action. Then you start shooting, right? Then it's a stage of the video production process that you are actually producing the actual material, right? So in this stage, you have the camera work, as you already know, the big cameraman shooting. Because I say this camera, the choosing of this camera person will be done in the pre-production. But now this one is They are already there. You shoot, you have all these people that are going to be involved. And what else do we have here? If they are going to be, because if you talk about it, they talk about like narration. There could be some, maybe it needs to be, people need to be saying something in actual production. Because the actual issue, you could have them after. There's some other narrations that are going to be done in the pre-production stage, somehow. Or it will depend, when they say if maybe it's a film where it's going to be combined with, nowadays they do that, maybe animation, and then you have, or even the actual one, but there could be some other types whereby you could be involved with something that looks like pre-production. Well, you are shooting the actual thing. Maybe they are going together, but it will depend on the production. But usually, you deal with something that you can shoot on the spot during this time. And at this stage, you want to produce quality material so that you have plenty to work with when you go into the post-production stage. Usually, on the production stage, you don't do, if you are an amateur, you do like, for example, take a shot. Oh yeah, this is a good shot, you keep it. What you do in the stage, because the actual film, or the usual, or if it's a film, or if it's the material you are doing, you combine them during what is called pre-production, post-production. After you are shot, then you go to the editing site to be editing materials. Now, you don't just take one shot. For you to make your life easy when you're going to post-production, you need to have as much footage as possible. Because what I'm saying, you might capture something, you feel like this is good. When you are done, then when you go to post-production and you discover that no, that was not a good, maybe the sound was not good, or maybe something was not good, what are you going to do? If you have got the one, you don't have it. So what do? You make sure that each scene you have a number of shots. So if this shot is problematic, you should be able to select. Maybe let's take this one. Maybe let's take this one. But if you just have one shot and assuming that everything is going to be okay, you are going to be having a problem. Because sometimes you have a shot, what happens in the actual production? You could shoot something, and when you are saying the final product after everything is called the final cut. So it's not everything that has been shot is going to be the final cut. Because when you shoot your video, for example, normal movies, there will be something like 1 hour, something, maybe 2 hours. Some longest movies will be 3 hours. You could have materials that would be close to maybe 7 hours. The one you have shot, if you combine them. So obviously, for that type of footage, it means you need to remove some other footage. So if you have materials, for example, it's obvious, you don't use everything. So I would say, if it's a film, you wanted to have a film which is 1 hour, then your footage is 1 hour. So when you remove the other footage, what is going to happen? It's going to be less than 1 hour. It will not be enough. So I say, if it's 1 hour, your footage should be more than 1 hour. You take footage that would be close to 2 hours. So when you remove, because even the popular movies, like an example I will give, like Black Panther, Black Panther. There are some other footage that were shot. When you look at them, they are okay. They were even edited. But when the final executive producer came, they said, no, this scene should not be there. This should not be there. So now they removed some shots, and it became small. But now, that's because they knew when they were shooting. As I tell you that, don't take it for granted that because you are shooting, everything is in order. As a professional videographer, take as much shots as at this stage, production stage. Take as much shots as possible. It's good for you. As I'm saying, when you go to post-production, everything that has been shot is not going to be made into what is called a final cut. You have a lot of scenes removed, a lot of shots removed. So that's why I say if you have one scene, you don't just take one short scene. No. You have one scene, you can have maybe 4 or 5 shots of the same scene. Another scene, you shoot 4 or 5 shots. So when you go to editing, as I'm saying, sometimes you have your eye that when you are shooting it was okay. When you look into somewhere, when you go, somebody said, no, this is not a good shot. So if you have several, they will recommend that maybe this one is good. Then you take that one. So that's an idea of what you do when you have any production stage. But the thing is, you do that. And another issue to do on the production stage is there's what is called, I think there's one other thing, maybe here, I will try to update if I'm going to give you this document, but I'm going to update this story here. I talked about what is called jumping the line. There's an issue, what is called jumping the line. It's an issue to do with the video production. What I would say, the scenes that we see or the scene, you might not even finish the whole scene in the same day. There are a lot of things to do. Yeah? You could have a scene here, then I'm shooting. We could spend the whole day shooting one scene. So we might finish, maybe one scene could be finished maybe tomorrow. So when you are shooting like now, you stopped somewhere. When you are going to be studying tomorrow, you need to be studying on the same place. So there is the jumping the line, one thing I'm talking about. There is also what is called shooting for continuity, which are very crucial. Shooting for continuity, it means when you are shooting, you should keep in mind that these scenes are going to be combined. You'll be having short scenes that are going to be cut, but they will be combined to tell one story. So when they are combined, there should not be some inconsistencies. An example will give you, when you are shooting from, like for example, I'll put on the way you are, I'm shooting you, there's this God right here. Then we didn't finish it, then I'm coming tomorrow. Then I'll tell you, okay, let's start from where we stopped. Then I forgot that there was a God here. Then I start shooting. When we combine the scene, we now discover that you are speaking, there was a bottle, all of a sudden, you're speaking, there's no bottle. So whoever was watching will say, where is the bottle go? We didn't see it. It means you are shooting, you did not consider continuity. You forgot that there were some other things around. When you are continuing, you left it around, which is a problem. Another issue is even in the angles, the way you shoot. You shoot this and that, assuming that we stopped here. So you visualize the next scene you are going to shoot it. And if you do okay, apart from even visualize the next scene, but just say, according to the script, what is going to come next from here? Is this. So you should make sure that, okay, the scene you have stopped, if they are combined with the other scene is starting coming, it should make sense. Because sometimes you will combine scenes that the way where we stopped, if you combine the other one, it will not sound, it will be awkward. So if you know that you know how it's going to be awkward, you should decide a way of shooting the same scene that it should provide that continuity we are talking about. That people should know that this is continuity from where it stopped. So the jumping the line issues are also the continuity issue I'm saying. Whereby, if I shoot you when I was here, it means the line is between you are there. Between the subject I'm shooting and you who are shooting, there is an imaginary line. So when I'm shooting you the next time, if I forgot that I was this side, then if I go that side and shoot you, what is going to happen is, when I'm looking at you, my left is this side, isn't it? My right is this side. A person who is watching, you'll be looking at it the same thing, that, oh, this is side. Now, what it means, if you are moving, if you are looking this side, you are looking to my left. But if I turn around like this, you see where my left is? My left is this side. So if you are looking this side, and I was shooting you with this, and if I jump the line and look around this side, it means the other shot will show that you are looking this side. The next shot is going to show that you are looking this side. If you are walking from that side to that side, and if I jump the line, it will show that you are going this side, the other side will show that you are going this side. That's how sensitive jumping the line is. Most of the people, they forgot, they say, I was shooting you, okay. They will just pause anywhere. Okay, we want to continue, okay. Forgetting where they were at the beginning. They don't, I'll be here, okay, shoot. They will shoot. So those segments are noticed when you go to the post-production. Because when you are shooting, you don't see anything wrong. So you are shooting. You are not combining things. But when you take clips after the production, then you go to the post-production, because that's where you do the editing. So you take clips, you combine the clips. It's where you just see that, no. This is the clip that this person was going, this direction. And maybe I've seen something like that. I've seen something like that in these African movies, Nigerian movies, showing the vehicle. That the vehicle is going, for all of a sudden you see the same vehicle going like this side. Usually it's not that they wanted it to go this side, but it's like they changed position where they were shooting it. Now, they forgot that when they change position, the vehicle is going to show that it's going to a different direction. That's how sensitive it is. So, it's an issue that I know that most of the, maybe even the amateur videographers, they don't think about it. They think like it's a simple, small issue. But it's a very sensitive issue to know which side you are when you're shooting. And when you should continue the same scene, don't forget where you were. Don't forget the materials that were around. Don't forget that this person was shot. And even the weather is another part. You could be shooting somebody, and then okay, today there was Saturday, then I will continue tomorrow. When you're coming tomorrow, there is rain. So when you shoot this scene, the same scene, you will change the way it looks. This time it looked like there was two Saturdays from nowhere. It has changed. Was it the same time? So there's a lot of things. So that's a small issue that whoever is shooting should keep in mind at this stage of production. So those are some of the issues that and it's a place, this is the time whereby a director is active. The director is very active at this stage of production. So, directing, telling the person what to do. If somebody did something not the way it was supposed to be, we repeat it. So what happens is this it's like maybe the secret is like a little bit at that time. Yeah. It's like when you shoot something and somebody don't do it well, you don't delete the clips. Because amateur people, they don't know. They will shoot, it's not good, then they will delete it. They shoot no, that's the mistake. Because the scenes that you shot, maybe even that were not good. There might be that maybe they were good, but maybe you didn't see it. You can notice it when you are shooting, maybe when you are editing. They could say, no, maybe somebody will come exactly like, no, this is a bad scene. So you could decide that, the old one was a good one. So what you do, if you go to Hollywood, they have got those boards, maybe you've seen them, the boards that they write details of the production, even in the name of the scene. You have seen they open them like this and shoot. Those boards, they are used for when they're shooting. So what they do, it's like they show the number of takes. Some of the films we see, they could take maybe 100 takes, one scene. To just say, maybe throwing a kick, they could shoot it maybe 70 times. Shoot one, no, it's not good. Take one, take two, take three, take four, until you are, so all those takes are kept. So when you go, that's why I say, when you go to the post-production, you should not have material that is equal to the length of production that you want. If you want the material that the production to be 1 hour, you cannot have material for 1 hour. It means you don't have enough. If it's 1 hour, material should be close to 2 hours because you're going to be the movie. So you need to have that knowledge. You need to have as more sequence, as more takes as possible. You see, so it's important. So that's the way of now the director, as I'm saying, who is going to be making sure that everything is done at this stage. Then after this stage, then you go to post-production. So post-production is now the editing phase. Editing, it means it's the phase whereby you're going to now combine the materials that you shot to tell a story you want. And the secret is, if you go to the production techniques, I didn't even talk much about it. I think I talked about advanced video production. Production techniques, they could be different types. They could be what I call spontaneous, whereby you just shoot on the opportunity. You could be whereby somehow like mostly like sequential, whereby you go according to the script to say, okay, we are going to start by this, then you go to shoot that. Then you go to next, so you do that. So it will depend, but most of the time it's advantageous to say you combine. Because sometimes, as I say, when you have a sequence whereby they will tell you what to shoot, you will go somewhere and find a very good scene or activity that is very good. It's not on the script, but it will make it feel good. So you shoot him with that one. But if you don't, you are following the script, you could leave something that would have been exciting because it's not on the script. And two, on the production also, you don't do like just shooting. It's a problem. However, you don't have in your camera, you don't have like sequential clips. Because I'm saying you could start shooting like in Blantyre or Lilongwe. But according to the script, the scene of Lilongwe is at the end of the story. So you cannot say, okay, let's go to Blantyre first and shoot Blantyre, and then no, it's like you're already here. So if you're already here, what do? Just shoot it first here. All the shots that you were supposed to be taken here, maybe the other shot was at the middle of the store film, then you take all those shots. And then you go Blantyre and take all the shots. So what you do, you could have different shots on different areas, but just have to record them. Okay, the shot number 7 is this. So you have to be arranging them. Okay, the first shot you want is this. So that's now post-production. So that's what I just say. The post-production process begins after all the footage has been captured. So when you capture all the footage is when the post-production process begins. This is actually one of the favorite parts of the video production process because it's where we will now be adding issues to do with, maybe you're adding graphics, you can add graphics, you add effects, even in the narration, you add even music, soundtrack, you be putting it there, different, maybe you want to play around with color, maybe you can even play around whereby it was looking like there was too much sun, you can try to make it look like in a certain way, you play around with it. So all these special effects, you have seen, like I gave an example, I gave in movies like even Black Panther, most of the scenes we see in Black Panther, they were not even out there, they were in the studio like this one. Like even that scene whereby a plane, like their plane came and landed, and the Queen Mother was waiting for T'Challa and Kolige, they met him. That scene was in the studio. They were just like it was green screen outside. There was no other building. You saw that plane. It was not even there. If you saw when they were making, so they could have all those scenes, shots. So usually those scenes are made in post production. They will just tell you to shoot. They will shoot you right here. They'll say we're going to include the background in the post production. We'll make you appear. Maybe you are studying somewhere. So it's all post production work, right? So that's where it's all done. And what else? Post-production is like putting the last coat of paint on in a room, and it will be a well worth time to learn the basics. This is where your video project will really come to life, right? So the organization of the video, what else do you have? Post-production, literally is where you bring together all of the different elements and the materials created in the production phase to form your finished product as you envision in the pre-production stage. This stage is a process of assembling and putting together the media assets, the material you have produced. Okay, it's the same thing. Right, so that's the third stage of production, which is pre-production. Right, so that's the production process when it comes to the video production. So I think for today, we can stop there. I cannot continue from there because it appears that we don't have adequate time that can let us go through.